If he pulls on my left hand, I'm going to push with my left leg. Well, he's going to pull on my left hand when his ribs fall to the left. So when I feel that pull, I push with my left leg, picks that rib up, and it softens his chin. So this horse today, I'm working on improving how he moves. This is going to be a ranch riding horse. He needs to move a little better, needs to frame a little better. Whatever the ears do, I don't care. They might come up, they might go down. I'm not going to release with movement of the ears. I'm going to release the contact with the movement of the chin. The chin needs to come in, and then I'm going to give him the release. He's pushing with my hands. He's kind of gumming a little bit. I'm going to wait for him to soften. Just giving and pushing is not good enough. He has to give and then soften and release. A lot of people make that mistake. As soon as the horse gives, they release. That's fine when you're first starting that movement, but I've already done that with this horse when I was doing the lateral vertical at the same time. He knows what the contact means. So as we're building this horse up into getting him to bend and do what we need to do, I'm going to hold that pressure a little longer, and I'm not just asking for the vertical flexion, I'm asking for the vertical flexion with quality. He needs to bring it in, hold it a second, 2 seconds, and then get soft. I'm going to gradually build that in and get him to hold it longer and longer so that we can build a more quality movement. Let's go ahead and bring him up to a trot. Let's see what we get at the trot. A little bit of roundness, there we go. Now I'm just kind of setting my hands. If he pulls on my right hand, I'm going to give him a little push up my right leg. If he pulls on my left hand, I'm going to give him a little push up my left leg. I'm not going to reward, there we go. I'm not going to reward until he brings his chin in and holds it politely. I don't just want his chin to pop in and pop back out. I want him to learn to maintain a frame. There we go. I want him to learn to maintain a frame. It's a lot different than just asking for a flex and rewarding the flex. A lot of people get stuck there and they reward the flex, but they never teach the horse to maintain. He will never learn to carry his body like he needs to if he's never taught to maintain that flex, maintain that body where it needs to be. Pull it on my right hand a little bit. There we go. Now see, when I went in that turn, he went on and brought his chin in and got a little bit nicer. That's because I worked this a lot in circles, because I started that way with one rein. Remember, one rein lateral, one rein vertical. And once they get that, I transfer that to both reins vertical. That's where we're at now with him. Good. It's pretty common that when I'm asking for this, the shoulders to kind of pop in and out. Pop left or right, depending on what the face is doing, what the chin is doing. The reason for that, let's talk about that. The reason for that, I'm compressing the spine this way. I'm bringing the hips in, I'm bringing the chin in. So I'm basically squeezing this like a spring. I want the ribs to come up. It's pretty common while they're developing this muscle tone for the ribs to fall in and out. It's not a big deal. I'm not going to punish him for it, but what I am going to do is use my legs to push the spine up if it falls out. If it falls out to the right, I'll push up with my right leg. If it falls to the left, I'll push up with my left leg. And that's where it goes back to, I said a minute ago, if he pulls on my left hand, I'm going to push with my left leg. Well, he's going to pull on my left hand when his ribs fall to the left. So when I feel that pull, I push with my left leg, picks that rib up, and it softens his chin. Let's work that some more and see if you can see how that works. I'm gradually getting him started, holding his chin in longer. All right there, his ribs went to the right, a little bit of right leg. There. Did you see us kind of come off of the fence? His ribs are still a little bit to the right, but we're traveling a little straighter. I need the ribs to go straight and travel straight. Let's get a little bit of right bend. We're going to the right, but he's in a little bit of a left bend. Let's get some right bend. His ribs was kind of stuck out to the right. Head was to the left. His spring was falling to the right. I need to get the spring back to the left in this right circle so that the arc of his spine matches the arc of the circle that we were doing on the ground. There we go. It got nice. I softened my hands. Pick up again. Soften my hands. There we go. Right there, he's pushing with his left rib, left side of his face. Let's do another left circle. Let's soften that left rib a little bit. There we go. Pushing again, both legs, there. Squeezes both legs, his nose came in. I softened my legs. Let's go back this way. I'm gonna ask for a lope in this corner. Let's see what we get. Might get the wrong lead. His body's bent a little bit to the left. I'm gonna push up my right leg. Push his middle over, middle over, middle over, left leg. Yep. I suspected he was gonna get the wrong lead because his body was bent the wrong way. When I was pushing his ribs over with my leg, he wasn't really getting them over. Let's try that again. There we go. Kind of a choppy lope. We're gonna make that better. Leg, 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 leg. Nose, nose, nose. There we go. There we go. Right bend. Really don't want to get that right bend. Still a right circle. There we go. Right circle. Right circle. Right circle. There we go. It's better. 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 Let him walk. Boy, it got better there. He's really kind of scrambling a little bit. When he got his back up, got his chin in, it got a lot nicer. Walk him just a little bit. Then we'll do the left lead. I'm working these muscles that he hasn't had worked a whole lot. So I need to give the muscles a break. If I work too much of it at one time, then he's gonna get sore and he's gonna start complaining about the work. Right now he's not complaining about the work because I'm giving a little bit of a break in between. This is just a little low port bit. There's links in the description below to all the bits that I use. If you don't see that link, let me know, I'll send it to you. This is just a little low port grazing bit. Special about it with loose shanks. Okay, so let's get him a little bit set up for the left lead. I want to get his face. I want to get his nose tipped to the left. Right leg back. There we go. Good boy. He started off kind of fast because he was on his front end. As I work him, you see him get his nose in and his shoulders up, get his face where it needs to be. You'll see his speed change. You'll see his gait change. Right leg, forward. Around that corner, he had that right rib tucked out. He was kind of sliding out to the right. Get his face to the left. Just wanting to kind of drop his shoulder to the inside. Let's do a circle right here. Get his nose to the right. There we go. Nose to the left, rather. Nose to the left. Nose to the left. Use my legs. Look, nose to the left. Now let's get his nose in. There we go. Nose in. Gets his nose in. He gets pretty nice. He just needs to be stronger and learn to hold it that way. Going to the right again. Right leg. Pushing forward. There, that got better there. Give us some room so we can circle right or circle left rather. He's dropping that left shoulder. Let's do a big left circle here so we can circle left and pick up his left shoulder. Get better control of his right shoulder. Flip off again. Now everybody that critiques me on my equitation, that was something good for you to critique me on. There was actually a reason for all that. If you think you know what it is, put it in the comments. Wasn't just riding off center. That was for the horse's benefit. You figure out if you can. You tell me if you can figure out what that was. Right leg, right leg, right leg. Circle left. Nose in. Nose in. There we go. Nose in. Nose in. Legs. Nose in. Legs. There we go. There we go. There we go. Another thing this horse needs some help with is with his back up. I'm going to work that a little bit because that's also going to work the same muscles that I need for him to travel forward correctly. So we're going to stop. Whoa. We're going to back. See his head come up as soon as I started gathering the reins. Don't want that, but that's not fussing about it. It's not going to fix it. Back a couple steps. Now what I'm going to do, move his shoulders to the side, and I'm going to back up again. See how he kind of stuck right there? Move his shoulders to the side, and back up again. Shoulders to the side, and back up again. There, see how he sticks after I move his shoulders each time? What's happening there, when he moves, he's falling on his front end. So when I ask him to back after he moves, it's hard for him to do. What I want him to do is step over and back, over and back, so that he's actually backing with his back end more correctly. And when he steps over with his weight on his back end. And back. If we just stepped over, he's kind of stuck there. Let's move his shoulders this way and back. That was better. Move the shoulders this way and back. There we go. Move the shoulders back to the left. There we go. That's what I want right there. Move the shoulders and back. There. Good boy. He actually moved his shoulders laterally and then maintained his back up. That's what I want right there. Good boy. When he does that, he's using his back end better. He's shifting more weight to the back end so that the front end can step laterally and step back. Let's try that again. Back, shoulders over. Back, there we go. Maintain, whoop, we got a little stuck. Back, shoulders over, back, shoulders over. There we go. Whew. He's kind of mutton withered. And if you've ridden horses that are kind of all over the place with their body like he is, it's not like a finished horse that you know where their body is going. I think half the time he don't know where his body is going. There we go. Let's go back that way. There we go. As I'm doing this, what I'm looking for is I'm watching the tracks he's making in the ground, and I really want him to step. He looks to me like he's stepping better with the left than he is the right. Looks like he's dragging the right maybe a little more than the left. So let's ask the right to pick up, and back. Pick up, and back. Pick up, and back. That right still dragging a good bit. He's gonna need more work like this to get that right foot up. Now he's kind of stuck. Squeeze with my spurs, and back. And back. Squeeze. Wait for him to back. There, good boy. Kind of locking down there on the back up, so we'll go to work something else. Anytime you're working with your horse and they start to get locked up like that, just go on to something else. He needs more work on the back up, but he doesn't have to have that work right now. There's no reason to keep drilling that back up to the point where he resents it. He got to a point there where he was kind of struggling with what I was asking him to do. We're just going to go on and do something else. Then we'll come back and we'll work it some more later. Just because it needs to get better doesn't mean that it all needs to get better right now. I'm looking for a little bit of improvement every time I ride him. As long as I get that little bit of improvement, he's going to keep progressing. I've got a couple of videos in his playlist. This is Shorty. I'll put a link up here in the top if you'd like to see the other videos that I've done with him. I've just had him a couple of weeks. I think I've had him about 2 weeks. And this is going to end up being a really nice horse for ranch riding. Until next time, thank you for watching.